Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Basically, in the previous sessions we have talked about that is the how we are going to develop that leadership with the getting work done from the team members, then the recipes for the team effectiveness, recipes for the models for these effective, and finally we have reached to this particular concept that is the leadership is nothing but it is the skills for developing others. The earlier all sessions have talked about that whenever we are talking about the team effectiveness, we are talking about how we can develop our people, those who are working with us. So, now when we are talking about the leaderless teams, when we are talking about the empowerment, when we are talking about that is the team building, team effectiveness, and all are one. There is nothing like that one is special and others are different. Then definitely we have to also learn how we can develop that particular skill so that we can develop our team members. So, therefore, it is about the developing the others, then what are the theoretical support as a principles of developing others, develop leadership skills in 3 others development requirements, develop these 5 skills to develop others according to the Forbes study is concerned, 6 is for the guiding behavior, the 4 recipes of the developing others, and then as usual we will be discussing the case study, research papers and the book recommendations with the references are there. Now, whenever we want to develop the others and we have talked about that is the always know your team members, that is the how you are the identifying your team members with their strengths, weaknesses, with their personalities, their capabilities, their ability, their skills, their knowledge, and therefore, then when you know your team members, then they definitely in that case you will be able to manage the whatever the challenge is there, whatever the biggest challenge is there, that you will be able to match once you understand to develop the people, right. So, it is helping current employees learn new skills. Now here I will also like to mention that whenever we are talking about the learning the new skills are concerned, that is what new skills are there, please always refer the different forums. For example, the World Economic Forum is concerned, the industrial reports are concerned, Asian businesses are concerned, or the European business is concerned, and therefore in that case identify before you develop your team members the leader that not to repeat, that is your visionary, and therefore you know, for example 2025, then the 2030, then 2050. So, India is having these all documents, the vision 2025, 2030 and 2050 is there. So, what will be the new skills are there? A leader should be able to understand that whatever these national wise, when we are talking about the global. Now, global means that is a big global remaining local. So, then in that case what will be the new skills will be there? When we are combining all these aspects, then definitely in that case we will be able to develop these our the team members for meeting the future challenges or concerns. Related to this, now I will talk about these the theoretical aspects, that is principles of developing others. So, when the people experience maximum development under certain conditions, that is the when there is a felt need, when encouraged by someone respected, when personal plans move from general goals to the specific actions, moving from a condition of lower to higher self-esteem, when moving from the external to internal commitment is concerned. Now, it is always important that is the matching the need, right. We have talked a lot about motivation, we have talked about the job descriptions, we have talked about the work organization fit culture. So, therefore, whenever there is a need has been felt, right. So, then of course, in that case you have to identify, and when you encourage by someone, when they are respected, now somebody comes to you and say, no, you are expert in this. I would like to give a very routine example, that is whenever we go to any particular shop or the vehicle repair garage, and therefore, when we talk to that particular skilled person or that particular salesperson, that is the you last time you have given the very good service, so that is why I have come again. So, that is about, because they are also your team members. You have to get the lot of work done, whether at the domestic front or at the professional front is there. So, your team is there. Now, here I would also like to mention, that is the, however we talk about the employees and team forming and the team members and organization context, but here I would like to mention you that is in our daily life also we have to also consider, that is the who are our team members are there. So, someone who has helped us in delivering our the duties especially, and of course, the rights also, then they are our team members, and therefore, always please see that is the we respect them and we take care of them, and whenever there is need is felt, and those who have stood with us, then definitely they are our team members are there. Now, when we talk in the professional context, so then organizational conditions that is conducive to growth will be there if basic respect for the worth and dignity of all is there, individual differences are recognized, and a variety of learning experiences are provided, and we understand that is the what can and what cannot. Each person is addressed at his her level of development and help to grow to the fuller potential is there. We talk about the potential appraisal, and the leader should not be only for the purpose of this performance appraisal, because the performance appraisal is always about the bossism, about it is the how you have performed. But when we are talking about the concept of developing others, so naturally we full extent the potential, identification of the potential. There are number of examples where the formal managers have said that is this employee is good for nothing, and then the CEO, he is interacted, giving the opportunity, transfer the sections, and that person has done the wonderful jobs are there. Number of case studies you will find. So, what was that? And that is the manager whose subordinate, where he was having the perception is good for nothing, that has done the miracle in the with another manager is there. So, that in this case, that is the professional learning that is becoming a very important. Now, whenever we the another principle is to in developing others is have a respectful attitude is there. So, naturally whenever somebody wants to achieve something, then definitely we have to see that is the we give that opportunity. So, how we develop the person, that is the one who desires to achieve something, and we give the opportunities. So, then in that case, definitely that person will be always be remaining your team member, because and he will never forget that whatever the skills he has developed and whatever he has achieved that has been provided by that particular leader is there. Now, with these exercises, what we do, that is we increase the self esteem, enhance the self esteem, and then therefore, how we do that, that is one on one coaching is done, formal education is done, professional conferences are there, on the job learnings are there. In addition to this, I would also like to say that is the always give them opportunity which is they are not expected, because and that will be the diversified from their routine work. So therefore in that case many times I have found that is the people were not aware about that what the miracles they can do, and therefore now these all are the formal processes are there, formal education, professional conferences, on the job learning is there. But when we give an opportunity at the national and international level, then we find that is yes, the person has explored the different areas. So these sabbaticals keep leaders fresh and motivated. So therefore as I was saying about the international level, national level, when you are giving them different opportunities and then they go on the sabbatical leave and then they develop. A very simple example I would like to give, that is the assignments. The research assignments is there, teaching assignments are there, and therefore in that case even one may not be knowing that is where he is good. He might be good in teaching assignment, he might be good in the research assignments, he might be good in the projects, he might be good into the industry. So therefore in that case that where the person is strong, right, there is a potential that leader only can identify and then develop that particular person in that area. So what the leadership skills that do you need most to develop the others is there, that is the leader should inspiring, we have talked about, that is the inspirational leadership is there, display the high integrity and honesty to then the solves the problem, the drives for the results is there, communicates powerfully, collaborate and promote, builds relationships, displays technical professional expertise, the strategic perspective, develop others, takes initiatives, innovates, champions change, connects the group on the outside world, establishes the stretch goals and practices self development is there. Now here I would like to talk about the building champions employees. Now see, in every organization there are certain mentors, and those mentors are known. Anybody who has worked during, what happens, in many organizations during the orientation program, the batch is sent for the training under these champions, and therefore what they do, they buy through their mentorship programs, and they develop them, and therefore they make the champions. So anybody who has worked under that particular leader, then he will be champion, right. So therefore that confidence, that image, how that is built, and that is by the these all these supportive practices which have been mentioned is exercise that particular mentor. Whenever the mentor will be having these encouraging practices, inspirational practices, transformational practices, and there you see there is a percentage and all has been given, that is how much weightage has been given. It might be the cultural specific that I understand, but yes, but the dimensions are important. So these are the develop leadership skills what is required basically. So the leader should be able to design at a standard development process, right. So therefore in that case it a very good example analogy has been given, it is forest stool. So unless until there are not the three legs will be there, right. So do not move forward in unless and until that the all these support has not been provided. So a standard development process is to be designed, support a leader who prioritizes the development, a candidate committed to the development is there. So don't forget in this particular course I have also talked about the followers satisfaction, the followers roles, followers responsibilities, and whenever we talk about Shri Krishna Arjun, Chanakya Chandragupta, then Dronacharya Eklavya, in all the cases it was the candidate's commitment is there, right. And that is why you find that is the leader is leader. He is known for his leadership, his abilities, skills and qualities, but the team building will be there when the candidate's commitment is also there and further development is there. Now you want to develop a particular candidate, and then the candidate's commitment, if it is not there, then it will be difficult for a leader, right. So then who will be the Arjun, who will be the Chandragupta, who is having the very high commitment, and once the commitment is there towards the leader and the leader is having the developmental practices, and then definitely the leader will be able to develop his team members. Now, in this the develop leadership skills, the first is required, that is the development process, right. And as we were talking about, that initial discussion about the developmental goals is there. Leader and a candidate, they are mentor and mentee, or leader and follower, employer employee. They, in the beginning itself, they should be very clear their developmental goals. And the transparency has to be there. Otherwise, what will happen? The leader will waste the time and candidate will also waste the time, and end of the result there will be the zero. So, therefore, finding opportunities in which that person can learn and grow, and therefore, leader should ask the follower whether are you interested in which vertical in organizations if you want to develop, and therefore, I always say there is a given opportunity to choose the favorite vertical. Right, and so then he will choose that his favorite vertical, and then you see he will do the excellence. So, these when we are giving in opportunities, that personalized development plan, that in the beginning the interaction between this leader and the follower, right, that will create the personalized development plan is there. So, that standard development process should be designed with the mutual accepted terms and conditions are to be there. So, setting up the systems to hold the employee accountable. Now naturally the process you will start. So, then you have to also create a place in the organization structure. Scheduling follow up meetings with the employee is there, and that is why. Now you see many organizations successfully has done mentor-mentee program, and they have done this successfully. It is because they were having the frequent meetings, and whenever there is a meeting, there is a input, process and output, the feedback will be there. So, therefore, that development that process that has been designed. Once the development process has been designed, then leader's support is required. A supportive leader who prioritizes the development, so he is committed to the process of developing others, that is also necessary. So, many bosses, not necessarily leaders, not necessarily mentors, because many bosses are so low self confidence, that is if they think that is if I will develop my subordinate, my subordinate will become the boss tomorrow. So, therefore, in that case, but this type of the false notion the competent leaders do not have. So, help your employees select relevant, interesting learning opportunities to stay committed to the process, the development process which has been mutually committed, then that has to be continue. Be a good example by working on your own development. Stay in regular communication with the employee about development assignments, give him or her developmental resources, and remove the barriers to improvement is there. Now this is the supportive leader, and I always say, and you also know, that is unless and until if your equipments are not enough competitive, you cannot give the competitive output. So, what are your instruments? Your instruments are your resources. What are your resources? Man, machine, material, money, method, minutes, whatever you require. Suppose you require technological support, then the leader should give the technological support. Sometimes the manpower is required, then the manpower is to be given. Sometimes it is the supporting material is required, that supporting material has been given. So, therefore, in that case the leader, supportive leader should able to manage the resources, and I feel very happy, that is the whenever we are talking about the successful leaders. So, then all the successful leaders they personally took interest to provide the resources to their followers. Now, that is the a candidate committed to the development. Now, this is the very important point. You see, any process will be incomplete if it is one sided, right. So, it is required from the two sided, and that we have understood in the team building process also. So, even your best efforts can only have their intended effects if a candidate is committed to the process is there, and good candidates generally begin as one of the two types: already interested, easily motivated is there. So, therefore, some followers, right, the team members, they are already so much motivated, that is that they know where is the goal, where is the vision, what they want to achieve, and they will achieve it. Sometimes you find that is the employee has joined, but he is not that motivated, but he can be easily motivated, and that's why the some employees can become excited about the developing if you explain them that is what is the future is. So, it is not the Alice in the Wonderland, and you are taking the journey of that wonderland, and when then the Alice becomes very happy because she gets that the butterflies are there, right. So, therefore, similarly in our profession, when we start our journey, so then we find there is a lot of factors to motivate us as an academician or as an industrialist is there. So, remember that everyone builds their skill just one step at a time. Patience is therefore essential for leadership and developing others. Now, the leaders, what is the problem with the leaders? Many times they do not have time, and therefore they do not cannot spare that is to develop others. I would like to give the examples. Most of my students, when they join the organization as a trainee, management trainee, and the second day they telephone me and say, sir, here is nothing like a training, they are asking me directly deliver the task. So, the days have gone, dear friends, whatever your designation is there, but it is expected that is you will deliver the task is there. If this is the situation, then what is that is the you are supposed to be well equipped before even you try to learn something is there, and therefore in that case like you see we give these MBA students this industry exposure, those who are freshers, that is do the live projects, and therefore in that case they get these opportunity to interact with the industries for the 2 years, and then therefore they understand it is not only the summer training or the industry projects. In addition to that, their live projects are giving them opportunity, and therefore but so it is important that is the leader gives them that is the learning opportunities, and that is required the patience is there, and then he will be able to develop. Then similarly the Forbes has done the study, and therefore they have also come out with these 5 skills, that is the yes if we develop these 5 skills in others, then definitely they will be the successful leaders will be there, they will be able to work with others, they will be create a learning organization and a successful organization. So, it is the business leader you need to motivate that is the which enable you to view as a leadership material and help you to eventually to rise a leadership position is there, right. So, and all theories we have talked about. I am sure that you will not be having the question whether it is a hereditary or it is a contingencies theory or it is a situational theory. So, therefore, we have talked about that we develop leaders, right, and therefore, that the creativity, the essential is the according to the LinkedIn Learning 2020 Workplace Learning Report, it is a creativity is one of the top skills our employees need, and that is why I tell you now the departments, industries are started having the department of design thinking. Nobody has thought of earlier, it was a part of the academic only, but now the industries are also working on the design thinking processes there, and that is about that is actually the creativity and research, and nothing in business is static. So, therefore, it's keep on changing, and leaders must adopt and execute a new plan is there. Now, you see that is the develop a vision plan. So, and normally you see this is given to the very young employees, and especially the trainees employees. Their first assignment is there, learn the organization and propose a development plan for this organization. Why? Because they are fresh. So, therefore, they have the different beautiful ideas, and whenever those ideas, and then there is no barrier in their mind that this will work or this will not work. And so, therefore, in that case in development, giving this opportunity is really an excellent opportunity for the learners. Second is the team mindset is there. They need everyone but creativity is there, but creativity should not be only theoretical. It should not be only document. A document is a vision document is prepared. No, that is required a team mindset. That is the everyone knows their position and knows that ultimately their role is to support other position, working together. And in the last few years, we have heard a lot about brand you and you be you. right. And therefore, in that case many organizations, whether it is manufacturing organizations or the service organizations, and whether it is a startup specially, and then they define that is a you. So, therefore, but to be viewed as a leader, you need to be seen first as a team player, and a team supporter is there. Ultimately understand that is, if you believe that I alone, only I, then definitely you can never be a leader. It is always that is the we, and we have discussed a lot about these things earlier. Now, business acumen is there, that is as an understanding of the how business works in general and how your business works in particular, and you see that is the experience. So, when we talk about the Dhirubhai Ambani, right, as a business acumen. So, therefore, it is not that is there, it is to be learned from somewhere. It is they understand that their business, that is what is a business is. So, here example is given, customer service is dependent on the sales, which is dependent on marketing, which is dependent on product development, and so on. So, therefore, there are different departments are there, and but the leader is a coordinator also, and therefore, he understand what sales will need, what marketing will need, what production will need, what finance will need, what HR, and before asking, now the beauty of the leader is what? It is not that that he is reading the manual and understanding the functioning of the different departments. No, he knows in this business where will be the requirement and where the support will be required, and now this time who is to be supported. So, sometimes the finance is to be supported, sometimes marketing is to be supported, sometimes production is to be supported, and but that is will be the vision of the leader, that is this is the condition. And I will like to connect in developing skills of others, Dr. Kalam, and then here he was knowing in the advance, that is the what my scientists will be having the requirement, right. And there are number of scientists have written about Kalam, that is the we do not know how he was knowing in advance what is our need is there and what we will be having these the particular skills to be developed. So, that was the vision. Now, at an external perspective means to have a wide range of knowledge. It is a rainbow, it is not the one color, it is a whipwire, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So, therefore, many individuals are be expert in their field, but they are having the different colors and completely understand more than just their role. So, it is not that is I like only yellow color, I like only the blue color. No, it is I am the rainbow, I am the umbrella, right. And therefore, in that case they are conversant in their industry and they understand its competitors, its challenges. These are different colors, you see these are different colors of the life, right. So, some are the blacks, some are the whites, right. So, the new breakthrough or thoughts in the pipeline is there, as well as the other industries and external factors are there, and they will decide about that is the how these skills are to be developed. The communication, and we have discussed in detail in our previous sessions, that is about this communication, that is the how this communication that plays a role in developing others, trust, respect, understanding, assignments, delegation, right. So, the verbal, non-verbal, meeting. A simple example I would like to give of the shake hand or the greetings, right, saying the good morning, and therefore, that that is when the boss says the good morning, and then that morning really becomes good. So, that is the communication is important. Now, here we will talk about the 6 C's for the guiding behavior is there, and the first is the coaching is there. Now, when we want to develop others, first your role as a coach, and therefore, your goal is clear. You are focusing on that the roadmap where you want to take your subordinate, balance of reason and emotions are there. Now you see it is the question of not only a brain, it is a question of brain, heart, both, and therefore, in that case it is the emotions are to be connected for that development plan, and there will be the informal and the frequent will be there. So, when we talk about water cooler talk, so water cooler talks are the informal gathering, it is not just for chit chatting, it is not a wastage of time, it is a building relationship. So, clear goals and processes are there and linked to the common context and understood, specific and written, shared of interest to us, both systematic and the universals are there. Third is, we talked about the leadership and the conflict management also. So, confrontation is natural. Both are personalities, intellectual personalities are there. So, naturally there will have to be the confrontation is to be there, and then but that confrontation, what impacts it creates on you? No, it is a corrective, it is functional, it is not dysfunctional. So, no speculation on your part as a motivation is concerned. So, your motivation will not be down. You are not motivating others, even you are confronting new ideas, confronting value addition, and therefore many, is the confrontation good? Yes, it is good. Na? Daag अच्छे हैं. So, when it is daag अच्छे हैं, when we are having the solutions for that, and definitely when we are serving others, and therefore when the society is getting benefit, and when there are the difference of opinions, but yes, we learn from each other. So, confrontation is better. It is a constructive confrontation, I would like to say. Capability is there, skills in place, right? Nothing can be compensated other than the capability. I always talk about this thing, that is the, yes, competency and convenience is there. Capability develops your competency, dear friends. In developing others, yes, we have to develop as a good human being also. There is nothing ignoring the HR dimensions, but first and foremost is, that is the ability to perform and deliver the task, and therefore that is a capability is there. Now, by doing all this, what will be the consequences? And consequences will be the satisfaction. So, the management of satisfaction may be through rewards or sanctions or consistency is there, but ultimately it is the creation of happiness at workplace, job satisfaction. And the last C is similar view of the end games or success, shared values, right. Shared values, you see itself is a big process in the organization, and during from the orientation program it is started, when the organizational values are shared with the others, and then like team building values, we respect here others. So, your communication has to be like this. So, that is a shared value is there. We develop this respect, brotherhood culture is there. We have the expectations, but expectation not at the cost of the depression, expectations at the cost of the openness. So, therefore, in that case these all comprehensive, there will be the collective will be there, both give and receive feedback will be there, and it is always a vicious circle, right. And therefore, in that case you initiate, you develop, that particular leader again he will initiate, then again he will develop somebody, and like this it will be always the give and receive the feedback will be a continuous journey will be there. Now, the 4 recipes of the developing others is leader skills at performance management, and then these involvement of team members is there the 4. So, therefore, in that we have talked in the during the team building also, that is how we are involving the others is there, and therefore, in that case for effective team building, when we are making the development, if you remember in earlier session I have talked about there is a appreciation. And therefore, when you are talking about the developing others, please do not take the credit for yourself. When you are interacting with your boss, many people they always meet the boss with their teams. So, therefore, in that case what is that? That is the appreciation. It is not me, it is we, and therefore, when leaders are more effective at recognition their employees for more positive, and then in that case they will getting that is a great deal of efforts will be always there. We talked about the personality and leadership, and we talk about the personality job fit also, and always try whenever you want to develop somebody, it should not be the bulldozer. So, therefore, make sure that is a job fits the person, that is the some persons are good in some jobs, some persons are good in another jobs. So, therefore, please as a leader always finding a job that fits the person's ability is there. In the organization, there is a open vistas. So, there is nothing like this, that is you are appointed for this particular job and you have to do the job, and you do not know the job, you resign. No, that we have not learned in this particular course, dear friends. We have learned in this course, that is the how we have the collective efforts, collective wisdom, right? And therefore the best managers help their team members to discover their genius. No problem, you might be have been appointed for a particular task, but if you have the another potential, yes, organization is open for that to use your talent, right? So this is all about leadership and team effectiveness. So this was the last session, dear friends. So I am sure that is you might have enjoyed, right? And as usual, you will find it is the case study is there. So therefore, you are having the 60 case studies almost and minimum 60s and then minimum 60 research papers and 60 books. So these all this particular the study material which I am sure will help you developing your the roadmap for success as an effective leader, and the team building is there. So this is a leading the research paper developing future leaders, right? So we are the academicians. Our job is to the every year to develop the new leaders, right? And that journey is going on since my academic 26 years, right? So that is develop the future leaders and be the mentor successfully. May not be in the academic institute, but maybe in the industry also itself, right? So this is about this research paper talks about, and this is the remarkable leadership is there, unleashing your leadership potential one skill at a time, and therefore everyone is fit for the one skill is there. Make him your team member and give him the success is there. So this book is talking about this. These are the references as usual. So you will find that is in our study material. In every session we are having the number of references which will be taking you the ahead for the whatever has been shared in the course and even after the course. So me with my team members Rahul Khurana and Mohit Pava, Nilesh Kumar Tiwari, that is we thank you for joining this particular course, that you have joined this course and hopefully we have fulfilled your expectations, right? So again with the best wishes I will say आप सभी को शिव की शक्ति, मीरा की भक्ति, गणेश की सिद्धि, चाणक्य की बुद्धि, शारदा का ज्ञान, कर्ण का दान, राम की मर्यादा और कुबेर की संपदा प्राप्त हो. Thank you. All the best.